So with that being said, we're going to get to the main event now from Scotland. And that was Josh Taylor versus Ekow Essuman. Now Taylor, he's the former 140-pound undisputed champion. He lost that title. He lost his fight. And then he was 1 year removed from his last fight versus Jack Catterall, which was a rematch. In this fight, I thought the first 6 rounds was a very close fight. Tactical fight. And then the 7th round, things changed. And from the 7th to the 12th round, I thought Essuman took it home. Won every round, won the fight. He looked like the fresher fighter at 36 years old compared to Taylor at 34 years old. But I don't know if it's the wars Taylor's been in, bud, and a little shop worn. I don't know if it's getting up there from those wars and the legs weren't what they used to be from a movement. Maybe it's his first fight at 147 pounds and the physicality. Not sure what it was, but he did not look like the guy of the past. In the end, Usman gets the win, gets the victory. What'd you make of this fight? What'd you make of Josh Taylor? And what'd you think of Usman?
Give Taylor credit. I mean, he's fought a lot of good fighters. I mean, he's been in there. He's lost 3 in a row now. But all to good fighters. I mean, the guy's been in there with good fighters. And I think at this point, yeah, there's some, you're seeing some wear and tear. You don't judge a fighter chronologically, I always say. You judge him by how many punches he's taken, how many tough fights he's been in. Taylor has shown some signs of wear, but he definitely lost the last half of the fight. He was ahead early on, I thought, the first 6 rounds, using his jab, using his reach, using his size, southpaw stance, setting up the left hand for himself, even using a right hook in spots. I thought he was placing some nice body shots. He does a good job of placing body shots. He does it off the counter where he'll make you miss. Sometimes he'll draw you in, he'll slip your jab to the left, and then he'll counter with like a little short left uppercut to the body. It's a nice punch. But give credit to Essuman.
I think it's Essuman. I was calling him Usman. That's my fault. I believe it's Essuman.
So give credit to Essuman because I guess his nickname is the Motor or something. He's got some kind of nickname. They call him the Motor, but it's a fair nickname because he came on late. He just got nothing special, nothing sensational, but just a durable, keeps his hands up well, solid technically that way, but nothing that catches your eye that jumps out that makes you say, oh my God. Just a good, solid, physically strong. Again, he was a natural welterweight. Josh was moving up. He seemed to wear down Taylor with his pressure, steadiness, and just being maybe a welterweight, a bigger guy, just thicker. Where even though Josh was taller and you looked bigger than him, Usman you can see is thicker. But again, his greatest assets is just that he's physical, he's game, he puts pressure on you, he puts punches together fairly well. I thought he did a better job of running numbers of punches, putting them together a little better than Taylor with his single and sometimes double shots, where Usman in spots was just running more numbers, just putting them together a little bit better. Also, the southpaw killer. Essuman was landing the right hand against the southpaw. He found a home with it, and he kept landing it. And it made a difference. It's the southpaw killer, I always call it. And man, he was killing his southpaw with that right hand. He also was pushing him back and catching him going back. That was, again, nothing spectacular, but just solid, smart stuff. Common sense stuff that he he made the taller man go straight back. He followed him, and he found targets. And it worked for him, especially the late part of the fight, as you said. I thought also that Taylor did too much clinching. Just a little, maybe he had to, okay. But I thought that there was a lot of tying up. It wasn't a great fight. It was a nice, solid fight. It really was. But not great because there was too much clinching to be great. Most of it Taylor, tying up. Look, Essuman too. But I thought Essuman, for the clinching part, more smothered himself. I thought Taylor did a little bit more of the tying up, a little bit more of the grabbing, especially in the later part of the fight. And again, if he had to, he had to. But it took away from his offense. It took away from a flow. It took away from a rhythm that he couldn't get back, that he couldn't score enough. At the end of the day, Essuman's offense was a little more consistent. It was that simple. But neither one of them were that steady with their offense. They went in spurts. It reminded me of when you guys were kids. I used to take you to this park where they had sprinkler systems. And when you ran through them, they go on. And then you run to another, they go off. And you run through, you had to get through before they went on. And they go on, they go off, they sprint. And the fight was like that. It was like that. It was like the sprinkler system going on and off. Taylor would be throwing in spots. And then all of a sudden, it went off. Then all of a sudden, Essuman would throw in spots. And then it went off. I was like, oh man, this is bringing me back to when my kids ran in the sprinklers, on and off, on and off. You never got too wet. And that was the problem in this fight. Neither guy got too wet because it was sporadic. The offense, neither one of them had a constant flow. And the tying up had something to do with that. But they're the ones who chose to do it. That's why it was a sprinkler system. They don't have a switch to turn it off. They have a grab. They have a smother. That's how they turn it on and off. At the end of the day, Essuman was a little busier, a little more consistent. He put more punches together, like I said, where he did run punches in spots. And that earned him the fight. I know Taylor looked like he was shocked he lost. I thought there was only one winner. I thought it was Essuman, and for that reason, for all the reasons I just laid out. And yeah, Taylor, he got the motor kind of may have worn him down a little bit, or did wear him down a little bit. Good job at the end of the day. Again, nothing. You're not getting any bells and whistles with a guy like Essuman. You're not getting any, bows tied on it where, make it extra pretty. Just a good, solid, workmanlike performance.